Israel must invent dangers, and to do this it must adapt to the strategy of provocation and revenge. This phrasing is most often cited in the personal diaries of Moshe Sharett, who served as Israel's second prime minister. In his entries from the mid-1950s, Sharett, who often clashed with Dayan's more hawkish stance, recorded his interpretation of Dayan's strategic philosophy at the time.
קיבלתי 100.
קיבלתי פיטר, תאשרו את המתפצלים, אחד לוקח משבתאי ואחד מכרם שלום.
1200 בנמל ותורו אחריו גם 1200 בנמל.
אני עושה את זה לפרוץ את החבל, אנחנו מבצעים ירי תפלח באזור המוצב ולנסות לעשות.
According to a police source, the investigation also shows that an IDF combat helicopter that arrived to the scene and fired at terrorists there apparently also hit some festival participants. Haaretz states, it does not indicate how many of the festival goers were killed or injured by the helicopter. The police investigation reported by Haaretz appears to be the first direct Israeli official acknowledgement that Israeli forces killed some of their own civilians on and after October 7th. But in recent weeks, evidence has been mounting that this is exactly what happened. There is the key testimony of Yasmin Porat, an Israeli woman who survived a massacre by Israeli forces at Kibbutz Be'eri. Video released by the Israeli military shows helicopters targeting what appear to be civilian cars haphazardly. Although at the time the video was released, the army claimed it showed its aircraft shooting at terrorists. And on Thursday, Israeli government spokesperson Mark Regev admitted, perhaps unintentionally, in an MSNBC interview that on October 7th Israeli forces burned to death hundreds of people in indiscriminate fire that did not distinguish Palestinian fighters from Israeli civilians. Israel has never explained how Palestinian fighters armed only with light weapons could have caused the massive devastation seen in some settlements where houses were reduced to rubble or burned hundreds of people to death beyond recognition. These are, however, capabilities possessed and used by the Israeli forces who responded to the Hamas assault. Unverified, exaggerated, and outright false accounts of Hamas atrocities have been used to incite and justify Israel's ongoing genocide of Palestinian civilians in Gaza. Immediately after October 7th, Israel launched a propaganda campaign likening Hamas to ISIS. While successful with Western governments and media, Tel Aviv's propaganda campaign seems to have fallen flat with the general public, especially as Israel's unrelenting slaughter of civilians in Gaza has overshadowed its attempts to position itself as the victim.